I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles, Great Millstone, for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is Shabai from the GMS Denver camp, and through the Spirit, I'm going to read Joshua 2, starting at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and start. It says, "And Joshua, the son of Nun, sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, Go view the land, even Jericho. And they went and came into a harlot's house named Rahab, and lodged there." All right. So Rahab was a harlot, aka a prostitute, a whore. It says, "And it was told king of Jericho, saying, Behold, there came men in hither tonight of the children of Israel to search out the country." Yeah, so the people of Jericho, they knew the Israelites were in they were in Jericho, looking at the land, right? Because Joshua had sent them as spies. It says, "And the king of Jericho sent out unto Rahab, saying, Bring forth the men that are come to thee, which are entered into thine house, where they be come to search out all the country." So, they didn't want the Israelites there. The king, by word of mouth, they knew that those Israelite men were at the harlot's house, Rahab. "And the woman took the 2 men and hid them, and said thus, There came men unto me, but I wist not whence they were." So she did a righteous thing here, Rahab the harlot, and she hid those men of Israel. And you have to understand, everything is of Yahawah B'Hashem Yahushai. So Yahawah put the spirit on this woman, Rahab, who was a heathen woman. He put the spirit on her to hide the Israelite spies. Verse 5, "And it came to pass about the time of the shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whither the men went I wot not. Pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them." So she was playing the men of Jericho, saying, "Yeah, go get them." It says, "But she had brought them up to the roof of the house, and hid them with the stalks of flax, which she had laid in order upon the roof. And the men pursued after them the way of Jordan the way to Jordan unto the fords. And as soon as they which pursued after them were gone out, they shut the gate." So they were in pursuit of the men of Israel, because Rahab lied and said that they were already gone. "And before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof. And she said unto the men, I know that Yahawah hath given you in the land." So she understood the power of Yahawah, Bahashem Yahushai, and she, like I say, the Lord put the spirit on her to protect the Israelite spies, right? And it says, "And that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you." And so this is showing you that heathen, they had fear, right? Because they saw what happened in Egypt, right? They saw when Moses split the Red Sea. And that's what that's what it says right here in verse 10. "For we have heard how Yahawah dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt." And they knew about the chariots, they had witnessed those surrounding countries and nations. They saw the chariots in the sky when Israel was delivered out of Egypt. So there was, it's not like now where these people, they've been dumbed down, and they don't know or remember the power of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. But during this time, the heathen had fear of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai because they had witnessed the miracles, the chariots, the drying up of the Red Sea, and how we were delivered out of ancient Egypt. Right? Verse 10, for we have heard how Yahawah dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the 2 kings of the Amorites, and that were on the other side of Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed. So see, that's fear. And the fear is there for the wicked elite, but it's on a lower level. These people, like the wicked elite, they know who we are. They know that we're the Israelites. They know the prophecies, right? But they don't want the rest of the world to know who we are. And so they're never going to admit to anything. They're not going to admit that we're the Israelites, These so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the so-called white man, his wicked elite, they're not going to come out and say, oh yeah, these dudes on the street corners, they are the Israelites. These are the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Starting out with Judah, the head tribe of Israel. It says, and as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt, meaning they were terrified. Neither did there remain any more, the heathen were terrified. Neither did there remain any more, and remember, heathen, it just means nations outside of Israel. Those are the heathen, according to the Bible. The goyim, the goy, I'm not sure how you say it. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you, for Yahawah, your power, he is most high in heaven above and in earth beneath. Now therefore I pray you, swear unto me by Yahawah, since I have showed you kindness, that ye will also show kindness unto my father's house, and give me a true token. So, she's showing some wisdom here, because she's helping out the Israelite men who Joshua had sent out to spy the land of Jericho. And she used wisdom in all this act that we're reading here. See? And she's even asking for mercy for her family, right? Verse 13, and that ye will save alive my father and my mother, because she knew that in her spirit, she knew that that land was going to be taken by the Israelites, occupied by us. And that ye will save alive my father and my mother and my brethren and my sisters and all that they have, and deliver our lives from death. And the men answered her, our life for yours, if ye utter not this our business. See, so they're like, if you shut the fuck up, hey, we'll grant you that wish. And it shall be, when Yahawah hath given us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee. Then she let them down by a cord through the window, for her house was upon the town wall, and she dwelt upon the wall. And she said unto them, get you to the mountain, lest the pursuers meet you, and hide yourselves there 3 days until the pursuers be returned, and afterward may you go your way. And she was, she was helping out them brothers, even telling them, look, just wait till they come back. That way, they don't get caught on the way, on the journey, and then meet them in when they turn around. So that was wise of her to tell them, look, hold post for 3 days, and then wait till they come back to Jericho, right? Verse 17, and the men said unto her, we will be blameless of this thine oath, which thou hast made us swear. Behold, when we come into the land, thou shalt bind this line of scarlet thread in the window which thou didst let us down by, and thou shalt bring thy father and thy mother and thy brethren and all thy father's household home unto thee. And it shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy house into the street, his blood shall be upon his head, and we will be guiltless. So now they were telling her what she would have to do so that her family would be spared. And it shall be that whosoever go out of the doors of thy house into the street, his blood shall be upon his head, and we will be guiltless. And whosoever shall be with thee in the house, his blood shall be on our head, if any hand be upon him. So they basically, hey, she spared their lives. So the brothers, Israelites are who are in the right spirit. They, we're a fair people. So in this case, they had made an agreement with Rahab the harlot. And if thou utter this our business, then we will be quit of thine oath which thou hast made us to swear. And she said, according unto your words, so be it. And she sent them away, and they departed, and she bound the scarlet line in the window. So, they were like, yo, if anybody finds us or finds us out, then the oath is broken. And they went and came unto the mountain and abode there 3 days until the pursuers were returned, and the pursuers sought them throughout all the way, but found them not. So the two men returned and descended from the mountain and passed over and came to Joshua the son of Nun and told him all the things that befell them. And they said unto Joshua, truly Yahawah hath delivered into our hands all the land, for even all the inhabitants of the country do faint because of us. So the heathen were afraid of us. They're afraid of the Israelites, right? They saw the miracles, man. They saw Yahawah put work on the Egyptians, right? And that's going to be the same thing when we're coming into. The heathen are going to remember who Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai is and always has been. The most powerful entities on the planet Earth. Or, in the whole universe, right? In the heavens, everything. But right now, the heathen, they seem to have forgotten, the power of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai. But they're going to find out when Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai visits this earth. Especially when they start shooting the missiles at each other. The chariots pop up on the scene. Hey, man, it's going to be realm against realm. But, I just wanted to bring out this account of Rahab, the whore, the harlot. She had, done a righteous thing. She spared the men of Israel who were spying out Jericho. And it was because, and basically she was telling them, man, we're all afraid of the Israelites. We saw what your power did for you. And that's going to be again, that's going to happen again. Because when the Most High Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai deliver us from spiritual Egypt, aka Babylon America, it's going to be time to magnify his name. Okay. Let me see. And right now, the only ones magnifying the name of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai are the elect, and starts out with the prophets. So let's get Psalms 34:3. It says, "Oh, magnify Yahawah with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought Yahawah, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears." Okay? So, this is what is going to happen. Again, his name is going to be magnified during the time of the second Exodus, which is going to be our Exodus out of spiritual Egypt. Okay? Let me see. Let's see. Oh, Slovakia. Just woke up a little bit tired. Let me see if I can grab a precept here. No, I don't want that one. Let's see. Isaiah 19:26. What the heck? I'll grab this, but I can't find the verse I'm looking for. I can't remember how it's worded, but it's in Philippians is the one I'm going to grab, 2 and 9. It says here that Philippians 2 and 9, wherefore the Most High also hath highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name. Okay, and this is talking about Yahawah, but I was trying to find, where Yahawah's name is going to be exalted. In these heathen, when we were delivered out of ancient Egypt, everybody knew, all the heathen knew Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. They knew those names. They knew who delivered us out of Egypt. They knew that our God was the God of all gods, right? Which all the other gods are idols, right? The Bible tells you the gods of the heathen are idols. Let's get that real quick. The gods of the heathen are idols, or the gods of the nations, which means heathen. We go to Psalms 96 and 5. It says, Psalm 96 and 5, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but Yahawah made the heavens. Okay? So, all these other gods are just a bunch of idols with no power, right? They can't do anything. But the God of the Israelites, Yahawah, along with his son Yahawah, these are the true powers of the universe. Our gods are the only true gods. Okay? The gods of the nations are idols, the Bible tells you. Okay, they're useless, they're vanity. You're an Israelite, you're tapping into worshiping the gods of the nations. You're committing spiritual whoredom. You're not exalting the names of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. You don't have fear of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. When we just read an account in Joshua, the 2nd chapter, where a heathen woman, a heathen prostitute, Rahab, even she had fear, and all those people in her town, they were afraid of the Israelites, the people from Jericho. Okay, so I just wanted to go do a quick lesson on that. So that's it. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahawah, B'Hashem, Yahushai, B'Hashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge Al-Akyam, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.